Peace, peace. Good evening. This is the High Priest this evening. Hanging out with you this evening. It's quiet. I'm at the house with my family. I wanted to do a little video recording this evening just to touch on a topic that most may be familiar with. It's the term black. Black, Negro, colored, Afro-American. We always talk about that in class, teasing. We're naming ourselves hairstyles, or African-American. These are names and misnomers that have no history behind it, no constitution, flag, no ancestry, no power behind it. Africa is a continent with nations in it. So to say I'm African American is a misnomer. America is a continent with a mixture of nationalities, families, nations within it. You never hear anyone from Africa call themselves African. They would say, I'm from Ghana, I'm from the Sudan, I'm from Nigeria. You will never hear them use terms, I'm African. Tonight I just wanted to share briefly on the term black. Again, black, like Negro, colored, African American, Afro-American, white, Hispanic, Chicano, Latino. These are not names which identify people. These are names which identify a nationless people without a heritage, without any culture, without any civilization. Nations are not known by shades or colors. There is no such thing as a black race, a yellow race, a red race, a white race, a brown race, whatsoever. We have to really think and become thinkers again. To call ourselves names and things that does not denote nationhood or civilization, it's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. Now we can argue and go back and forth all the time and say thus, and so. For instance, when you look on the chemistry tablet of the tables of chemistry, you have titanium, you have platinum, you have carbon. You have all of these different names, nitrogen, oxygen. You don't ever see black on there. This is chemistry. You don't see that. Now let's go into the definition of black. Again, this is just introduction. I'm just taking my time out tonight with my family, relaxing, but I also wanted to say a few words as the introduction of the up and coming lessons we're about to get into, and to show us that these names that allude to slavery, that these names that allude to no nation, no history, no culture, does not exist. Now, in the Webster's Dictionary, in the revised ones I have now, the up-to-date ones, it says black means reflecting no light. Now, light in this term represents consciousness. Okay? Represents your consciousness. So we understand in psychology that the mind, whatever the mind thinks it is, it becomes that. So when we say I'm black, you're actually saying I'm reflecting no light, no consciousness. I'm walking around with no knowledge of myself. Another definition of black, dirty. We're saying we're dirty people. Filthy. Death. Black means death. In the science of etymology, black means death. I am a black professor. I'm a dead professor. I am a black chauffeur. I'm a dead chauffeur. I am a black liberator. I'm a dead liberator. Remember now, black is an adjective. It describes. I'm wearing right here a black shirt. Yet my tone does not look like this. This is black. And most of us will be dark brown skinned or light brown skinned, but not black. This is black. We do not look like the color of my shirt. Black also means evil. So when we're holding up the term black and being proud of it, we're saying that we're evil, wicked. We're absent of all moral goodness. We're foul, displeasing, dismal, gloomy, and unconscious. These are terms you can go into your dictionary. We're giving you tonight just information that you can go for yourself. You don't have to worry about getting books that you can't order, books that's not even available anymore. You have a dictionary. Use the dictionary. Read what black means. If you have a map at home, get a map. Find a landmass that says black on it. Find a landmass that says Negro, colored, Afro-American. Remember, Africa is a continent with nations in it. So no one from Africa would call themselves black. They would call themselves Nigerian. They would call themselves Sudanese. They would call themselves from Ghana, Ghanaians. They would not say I'm black. Black people were only recognized and known here in the Americas. Made in America. 1779 is the origin of the word black. Now, how is it that the black man is ancient? When 1779, 2012 today is only 233 years. How is that ancient? How is it that you have your conscious community saying that the Egyptians call themselves black? Well, the Mesopotamians call themselves black. No, the Egyptians call themselves Egyptians. The Mesopotamians call themselves Mesopotamian. Again, we got to start thinking. So I gave a definition from the Webster Dictionary on the black. Black is an adjective. Now in school you were taught that nouns represented people, places, and things. That adjective describes. So we're describing ourselves. That's not who we are. And how is it that a Chinese man or woman 300 years ago is still calling themselves Chinese today? Yet every 10 years our identity changed. We were Negroes. We were coloreds. In the 60s, we called ourselves blacks. In the 70s, we were Afro-American. In the 80s, we were Pan-Africanist. In the 90s, African-American. Every 10 years. Or let's say every 10 to 15 years, our name or identity changes. Yet, someone from Japan 300 years ago is still Japanese today. How so? What's wrong, people? We're here to awaken you and to get you back thinking. We have proof. We have the documentation. You can go back yourself and see this for yourself. So black people do not exist. These names were on the slave records from 1779. You can research this. The government have all the documentation. Google it. Black